Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here live and in charge for a little Chop Chop Racing Leagues. Folks, I have a little allergy thing going on right now, so I do apologize about it. I'm draining. I feel like my nose is all stuffed up, so but I will hopefully straighten out over the course of the race, and we'll clear some throat and do all that stuff. AJ, thank you for the like. Thank you for the share, sir. Brent, thank you for the like. Mike, thank you for the like. Chris, thank you for the like as well. Yeah, gonna be a good one. Playoff race for the Chop Shop Xfinity Series, VIP Tire and Service, giving you all the action today. Go to VIPauto.com, 67 locations across the Northeast. Check out the West Lebanon store in New Hampshire. That is the one that we recommend you go see. Go see Mark Creighton and all the fine folks over there at that store. Great people, great service, and they'll do it with a smile. That's the most important thing. Qualifying underway for Nashville Super Speedway. Playoff points, wasn't able to put those in to the Iracing live timing this time. It just wouldn't accept. It just changes and all that stuff. Is there any Canadians racing? Yes, Chris Robertson's racing. Andrew Payne secured his way in last week. Mark Retkin has secured his way in at Talladega. And so we have 6 drivers battling it out for the next 8 spots. But Jerry Culver and Matt Magner very close. Those drivers can find a way to win today. There'll be a chance for those drivers to advance. But they got to hold off Andrew Payne, who has pretty much won everything here at the series. We're halfway through the season. Or he's won as many races as half as many races if we ran. So he's batting 50 and trying to work on his 10th win today for the series. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the way it looks. Best of the rest points. Nathan Biggert leads there with 1,095 over John Hammond. 8 drivers competing for that. You take a look and see what those are. Starting grid for today's race, still backwards. Still apologize about it, folks. It's still not changing over since we changed over the overlay. I will work on it. I will get it fixed. I will get it to accept it. This takes CSS code on the back side of it, and because I have some custom code in there that I've put in to make things work a little bit differently, it's still backwards. So Andrew Payne, your pole sitter, he's going to be up on the right side, and it just goes to it's just a simple. It's one simple line of code. It's just not accepting. Michael Strickland's going to be your outside pole sitter. Cam Dirio, John Hammond are going to make up row number 2. Nathan Biggert, Matt Magner, row 3. Mark Retkin is going to have row 4 on lock on the inside. Robert Dudley on the outside. Grijalva's back in the mix. Going to have Hayden Malcolm to his outside. Robert Church is going to have Isaac Balsamo back down the starting grid here. Ed Perry's going to have Ryan Rayburn in row 7. Roe Bears in row 8 with David Asuna behind him. And then Joe Nelson's going to bring up the tail end of the field in row number 8, lone driver back there. Caution is brought to you by Dark Horizon Fishing. He's going to be out for the weekend. He went to a wedding, so but Rich Holland is your guy. He's going to take you on a fishing trip. He's got to get a hold of him. Facebook.com/Dark Horizon Fishing. Go check him out and book your trip with him today. He's got a fishing tour on the Chesapeake Bay area and the James River area, fishing for cobia and a whole bunch of other fish. Season starts now, and he is filling up fast. Joe, giving us a like. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. All right. Race info. Xfinity Series, Season 2, Week 18, playoff race here, 150 lap. Stage is going to be at 40, 80, 150. 4 sets of tires, 3 in the pits, 1 that they start with, 1.3-mile length track. These cars, this track can be great. Humidity's up kind of high right now. You see that humidity getting any higher, you're going to start seeing some fog roll over, cloudy skies. I mean, the track temperature's going to stay cool. Right now it's 106 degrees. But I imagine that thing's gonna cool down even more. We'll see what happens though. 11-mile-an-hour wind will shake up some things, so that might shake up the weather, might shake up the changes here. Visibility can be an issue if the humidity gets too high, so it's kind of very interesting to see. And since you see the cloud cover doing what it is, it's not impossible for that to happen. Andrew Payne takes the pole. And he's going to try to do what he normally does, lead a whole bunch of laps and then take it home to victory lane. We'll see what happens here, see if anybody can knock him out of that spot. That's the only way that I think they're going to have to keep him back in the back, and may or may not happen. 150 laps, we're going green. Striker free on the outside there. Reload the overlay, folks. Do apologize about that. Something happening with it. Hey. Give me a second. Have to restart the program. Do apologize, folks. Save it real quick. Has to happen on Saturday. I think Saturday is my worst day for any kind of issue happening. Do I have any t-shirts? XL? Yes, all my t-shirts go up to 3X on my merch store. Every one of them. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get the overlay back up. Andrew Payne out front. We will see what happens here today. Hold on, folks. This is just wonderful. Payne, Striker. That's kind of the way things are working. Andrew Payne with a solid lead going forward. Striker bobbles on the bottom. I think Andrew's just pretty much got this one. He can keep it clean. Driver's bouncing off the wall right there. Gonna have some supper soon. It's awesome. Didn't knock him having an issue. Looks like back here, going off the track. See if another. I should see if another one works here, folks. Apparently, it's not going to. All right. I need to reload the session. This is awesome. I'll be right back. Bear with me, folks. It's loading in right now, so. It's the same issue that I have with the sessions not reading. Every once in a while, it doesn't match up with the live timing. And that is not on iRacing's fault. iRacing is a great platform. It's on SDK and all the things that are happening there. So bear with me. Let's see if everything works here. Yeah, live timing's not working. Awesome. Perfect. It was working. Working just fine. Prior to the start of the grid. It's amazing. So I don't know, folks. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to even pretend I know what's going on. And I can't restart my computer because I'm live, and which is amazing. So take my word for it. Andrew Payne's out front. Striker's in second. Cam Dario in third. And this is what irritates me about SDK Gaming. I've used them for almost 3 years, and over the course of the last 3 months, I've had more issues with them than any other platform that you could. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. So I do apologize for the issues and you know, the blatant things I'm having to deal with this. And you guys don't deserve it. The Xfinity series doesn't deserve it. I'm even loading in different values here. It's just not working. There's caution here. Here's what happened. Rahalva hammered to the inside. Rahalva in front of the 75. They go around. 76 not able to slow up. Gets on the side of the 75. 76 is going to have a bad day. Caution comes out. They aren't able to slow down. Let's go back to live. Let's see if we can get any of this working. It's not working. I highly recommend SDK when it works. Come on, man. Look. There's SDK. That's my live timing viewer. What's up, Nate? Oh, you know, SDK is going to hell in a handbasket. That's what's going on. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, James. Can't get it to work. You know. Spectating, live session. Not working. Thank you for coming to support her, Nate. Appreciate you, man. Okay. I am troubleshooting as we go, folks. Exactly what we're doing. The SDK live timing is only working on our display capture. So we're going to go there. Caution. There's the way it looks. Again, do apologize about the issues. Got it to work. Let me pull up chat. I can't see chat right now. Everything's just all jacked up, folks, and I do apologize about it. I hate to see it. I hate it happening, you know. But I got it to work. And I don't give up. I don't like to quit. I don't like to deal with those kinds of things, and you know, it is what it is. Andrew Payne back to fourth. Stryker's going to be your leader. Nathan Biggert's going to be in second. Cam Dario in third. Ryan Rayburn's up 9 spots from the start of the race. Robert Church is going to be in fifth. Up 5. Joe Nelson up 10. He's your biggest mover right now. I'm going to pull up. Chat didn't show up. You see Windows flashing now. I'm using a display capture instead of, you know, the game capture and all the extra stuff that was supposed to work. I finally got it to work. I don't know how I don't know how or why it did, but it just did. It just magically, it didn't do anything different, didn't change anything. I just restarted the program 17 times and then it worked. Crazy, right? Anywho, apologies, folks. Once again, today, whenever I don't feel good, wants to give me fits. It's all good. What'd you say? It's weird. It's probably just an anniversary when you guys hop in and your supporter badge renews. It usually gives you an anniversary. I don't know. It was one of the best truck races you've seen in a long time. If you get a chance to go, was it fun? Did you guys get to have? Was that North Wilkesboro? Did you go to North Wilkesboro? Cool. Ring flag. The zero of caution. You know, that was the first one. Striker out front. Excuse me. Cam Dario in second. Bigger in third. Nathan Bigger to the inside or to the outside of Andrew Payne. Trying to take over the 8. Cam Dario. Andrew Payne to the bottom side, 8 up high. Striker trying to pull them all around. Little battle going on back here. It's not just that the overlays weren't working, folks. It's also that the live timing wasn't updating correctly, and that becomes an issue because I can't read it to call a race. I mean, I can go through the field and tell you what's going on, but can't sit here and tell you, you know, who's having a caution, who's doing what. Only way that I saw that there was a caution was because it happened pretty much in front of me. And so I just clicked on it and around it. Andrew Payne back out front. Didn't take very long for him to get back up there. Robert Church is going to be in at 5 spot. The Bears came to pit lane, took some a little bit of damage, trying to work himself forward. Evan Asuna is going to be up 10. Robert Church up 6. Fuel only for the Bears. Stage is going to get on 40 and 80. They may not stop their stages. Andrew Payne, Michael Strickland, Nathan Biggert. I'm glad to see Hammond get in the race, but I thought Hammond was working today, and this is a great track for Hammond. He and Rahalva tangled there for a little bit. Rahalva wanted Joe Nelson down. Runs him tight here on the outside. Little loose on the high side, some right front damage for him. Nelson up 6, Bears up 6. 1.3 second lead for Andrew Payne. And this is where it becomes the Andrew Payne show. Striker in second, 1.4 seconds back. Nathan Biggert, the 01. It's going to be 2.5 back. M. Dario in fourth here. And the driver's going to separate. 26 and 150. You should be able to go about 70 or so laps on fuel. Not 70, 55 to 65, I believe. I think that's going to be the pit cycle. 1.3 mile length track. These cars get about 48 to 50 miles per tank on a 1.5-mile track. So if you do the math there, it's somewhere around that 55 to 60, I would say 65. Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's kind of like he even took a break, and then comes back and just kind of runs away with the races, and it's not taken away from anything. It's just when you have one driver dominate, it's not like it's. So I'm not trying to talk ill on Andrew Payne and the decision for him to run, because he's a fast driver. And he pays his dues, and he gives them. And it's everybody else's job to beat him. And the problem is that they can't. And it's not. And then but there are tracks that drivers are better at. But he just needs to make a mistake. That's what happens if Andrew If Andrew doesn't make a mistake, he leads, and he leads the race and runs away with it. I mean, he's got a 3.5 second lead right now over Michael Strickland. 28 seconds in, they've had 28 laps in, they've had one caution. They're going to complete lap 28, and that's what makes it frustrating. Even with a playoff structure, drivers fall off of. If you've got one horse that just dominates, it's just way better than your league. Sometimes it's better for drivers to. The battle right here is whether or not Stryker can hold on to second. Because Cam Dario's a little faster. Running about 4/100ths of a second faster the last time by. Devin Asuna's up 11 spots right now. 43's doing a decent job. But his lap time, Andrew Payne's running 31.6s. Everybody else is running 32.1s, 32.2s. 0.6 of a second faster. Joe Nelson's the only one that's under 32. He just ran a 31.98. That's it, and that's something to consider, and that is a topic for maybe a podcast, not the league race. Maybe I talk about it more on a podcast standing about having ringers, having people out there that are just too good for your leagues. Maybe say, hey, let's level the playing field here. You've won 9 of 18 races, and the only time that you don't win is basically when you don't race. And that's not something that you want to ask of anybody. You know what I mean? So, just thought, food for thought. Not trying to say that it's good, bad, or ugly. I promise. Is that working now? It is. All right. Let's go to the game capture. There you go. Now it's working. Apologies, folks. Now we can go back to, instead of display capture, where we go to game capture. It's a lot more smooth. OBS doesn't capture the displays very well, so I've been working behind the scenes to get it all done, to get it all working again. So again, I do apologize about the issues with the overlay. I was ready to go. Sick or not, ready to go. 6 second lead, 6.5 second lead. 33 of 150. Let's focus back here. Let's talk about these other drivers. You know what? Let's pull up their Iracing stats. Let's talk about these other drivers, because they're just as important. Excuse me. Talk about Brian Rayburn. Pull up his stats. career stats, 309 starts, 13 wins, 61 top fives, 20 pulls. His average start is 10th, average finish 11th. He's ran 10,669 laps in the oval circuit. He's led 448 of them. Got a 28. Excuse me. He finishes inside the top 5 20% of the time. That's a pretty good stretch. Pretty darn good. Where's he at? I know he's in here. There he is. Ryan Rayburn. From Henderson, Tennessee. Give him a good old how you doing. Cam Dario to second. Striker falling off pace right now. Going back to the fourth. Outside lane. Like Robert Church to the inside. Let's talk about Cam Dario here. With his iRacing profile. Hate that I have to jump around to see the session. His statistics for the Oval, 343 starts, 16 wins, 101 top fives. His average start 10th, his average finish 11th, his ran 13,304 laps. He's led 750 of them. His top 5 percentage is right there, about 29.45%. Has led 5% of his races. Not so bad. His iRating's going up though. He says he thinks he's pro, but his I need to go back in and re-edit that now too. Crazy, right? Nathan Biggert inside the. Here's your almost twin, Nate. His name's Nathan Biggert. You're Nathan Bogart. He's your almost twin. Almost twin. Let's see what they've got going on here. Cam tries to stretch. 9.8 seconds, the difference. Robert Church trying to close it in. What's Nate been doing with Mr. Biggert? Stats for him. Oval, career stats, 164 starts, 14 wins, 50 top fives, 11 pulls. Average start 11th, average finish 10th. He's ran 8,634 laps. He's led 481 of them. He's won 8% of his races. He's 30... Finishes inside the top 5 30% of the time. He's led 5.57% of his the races he's been in, of the laps he's ran. Pretty cool stuff. Like it. I like it a lot. All right, that's your top 3. Bounces around. I have to bounce around a lot in iRacing. I can't just go to the session status without having for it to kick me in and out of the session status. UI is cool, but it's not that great. 11-second lead, Andrew Payne out front, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to pull away. 41 of 150. Striker, who's a top 3 kind of car, just dropping back. He's an 8th right now. Grijalva's going to be a 9th. Robert's right behind him. Grijalva still has that right front nose damage. Right side damage as well. You got into John Hammond, and so John's in pits getting car work done. It's unfortunate because John had it saved, and then Mark Retkin, who came around that corner, of course, you can't go back and see it now because they had to reset all of the SDK. Came around and plowed into him. So what was saved, a saved race car, became a destroyed race car. Retgen there doing a decent job. Cam Dario to Nathan Biggert. Biggert back to the inside. Dario's in second. Biggert rolls the bottom side here. More they battle, more Andrew Payne pulls away. 12 and a half seconds, the difference. It's a tire-eating track. Really is. And way up the high side. Robert Church to the inside. It's a good battle going on for second. Good battle. Devin Asuna in fourth. Joe Nelson in fifth. One of the best races going on right here in this little segment. I mean, Robert Church is in third. Nathan Biggert pulling back forward, 13.12 seconds. Andrew Payne, last lap, 32.42, 32.6s for everybody else. So Andrew finally starting to find the fall off, but just still running a 32.28. Say happy birthday to Grijalva Pops. Happy birthday. Off topic, how often does Star Citizen update? So Star Citizen has quarterly updates just like Tarkov does, where they go into patches. 319 was, they pushed up 319 though, because of one, Invictus, which is this week, which I'll be playing a little bit later. But also 318 was not the most stable patch they put out. I haven't been in Invictus yet. I wanted to do it with the community, so yesterday was the first day of Invictus. I'm gonna jump in tonight. I'm gonna experience it all. I'm gonna go from Lorville, fly out of the new city of Lorville, which it's not new. It's just been expanded on. And I'm gonna fly from there to Harcourt, and hopefully during the day get the volumetric clouding, lighting, all that showing up. We'll do that later. Hopefully we'll get some of the guys in, some of the crew. And a lot of people are out. A lot of people are either on vacation or doing other things, like racing, like not just tire racing, but racing in real life. And so because they're doing that, then I might be just me going in and experiencing it tonight, but I'm going to do a short little broadcast with it. Not broadcast, a short little stream today with it. And, just try to have some fun. Go look at all the new ships. The Misk Mirai is one of them. They have a new snub fighter that looks like a TIE fighter. Kind of like a TIE fighter. Need to get in chat. I tell you what. 319 has been good. It's been stable. They've added a lot more features to the game, more hands-on stuff. So I like, folks. If you were to ever ask me what are my go-to games, I have kind of three. I will tell you that World of Warcraft is my number one game. I play World of Warcraft like it's a religion. It's been my game since it came out. I've played World of Warcraft since Warcraft. Before there was a world. That includes the Diablo series. Blizzard Entertainment was my thing growing. When I was in the Army, it gave me something to do. And Star Citizen has become my number two. And if that says anything, Star Citizen has really taken a lot of my time. It's a lot of fun for me, and it's relaxing. It's kind of, there's people who get out there and play, what is it, ATS to relax. I get out in Star Citizen. I go have some fun, make an experience of things, and that's what's great about it. And my third would be here lately. It's been DayZ, but my third kind of rotates. So DayZ has been my third here lately. Between that and Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of filters out. I did get back in and start playing Cyberpunk 2077 because I haven't finished the game because they had all the bugs on early release, and so I was like, I'm not doing it. Nathan Biggerts in second. Devin DeSuna in third. Michael Strickland into pit road for his pit stop here as the stages have wind down. 53 being taken. Andrew Payne won the stage. Sorry, folks. I was talking about gaming and racing and just watched the laps kind of tick by. And that's my fault, so I do apologize about that. Second stage already underway. We're 13 laps into the stage. Drivers maybe trying to short pit some things here. There's Robert Dudley coming to pit road. Brian Rayburn is going to be in 11th. Ed Perry's in 12th. I'm sorry, in 10th. This Roberts moved up to 9th here. Devin DeSuna, 43, has Cam Dario back to the inside. Devin must like this track. He's running up front at 13. Tarkov has an interesting event. Fence and his guys are running Tarkov. You have to give them certain things to get into the maps. I think that's just a gimmick. I wish that they would stop doing those kinds of things and actually just let people play. My issue with Tarkov is that it has the potential to be such a great game, and they focus on kind of trash things to make it, and that's my opinion. I've had fun playing Tarkov, but the issue is that there's so many in-game problems. The audio, the maps, the lighting, just everything that makes the game function is so broken. Sway, inertia, the fact that you come in, you pick up one thing, you're overweight. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And it just there's things about the game that really they need to focus on, other than, hey, let's do this kind of in-game event where, you know, if you don't have this stuff, you can't do crap. You know what I mean? So if I don't have those items, so I have to go scav to do that, which forces everybody to get in their scav. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to get in there and play as their PMC, and now I have to make sure that or use the flea market. What about these level 0, these level 1 guys? You know, they don't have flea that are coming in. I think there's lots of things about that game that they need to just stop worrying about events and start focusing on getting the gameplay right, and take the questing and actually level the questing according to what you need to do. There's some jank quests out there that I've heard countless people, including you, Nate, have to have those issues. Tarkov is a joke to me, and that's my opinion, and it's the reason why I don't like to play the game. However, I play it because you guys like to play it. That's why I play it. It's the way the community rolls. That's how I feel about it. Joe Nelson to the inside. Battle for third is settled in. Cam Dario looked like he was trying to make another pass there on the outside, but Nelson makes the pass instead. Devin DeSuna falls back to fifth. He was in third, so some swapping going on here. If you don't have fleet, you get in free. So how fair is that? But they're trying to focus PvP on certain maps right now by making... You see, this is what doesn't make sense. I'm going to focus PvP. However, you know what? Make the loot better. Make the loot better for March rooms. Make the loot better in crates. Hey, you know... Nothing spreads faster than saying, hey, the loot on this map is good. You should go here. That'll be what it is. Don't do it. You're not going to force an event to force somebody to go to a map because they choose to. Customs is trash. I've heard people say it time and time again. What's on Technic Rev? They did buff Mark Rooms. They didn't buff Mark Rooms until they needed to, because they're losing interest. They do it for this one. They haven't done it over the last couple of months. I've watched streamers go through the Mark Rooms on Tarkov and have jumped over and over and over and over again. Not just streamers. I mean, just regular people. I've watched you do it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, is that they went 3 months or 4 months into Tarkov, and then said, hey, well, we probably should bump it now. Getting ready for a race? Which one are you going to race? Dario have... Doesn't look like it. You can get close to it. Donnie, thank you for the like, man. They can get close to the wall here, and it looks like he gives a little puff of smoke, but for the most part, he should be fine. There's Stryker going back around, trying to do something different here. Andrew Payne, 16-second lead, almost a 16-second lead. VE, nice. I like it. I like it. Are they live streaming it, Tech? But just like that, as much as I can talk negatively about Tarkov, I have had good times on Tarkov. Let me not take it away from that. That game has so much potential. So much. Tarkov has so much potential, and I want it to be a good game. I really do, and that's my whole kit and caboodle. I know there's a race going on here, and I'm talking about Escape from Tarkov. Mahal trying to get to the inside. Robert Church here. There's a wall tap. From Ed Perry. He did get more of that wall. Gotta get your butt out of rookie. Well, I mean, it happens. On the right side here. Right side damage for the 33, the 49, the 5, and the 99. The dogs are barking. 27 back here has some right front damage as well. Joe Nelson, Devin Asuna having a good day. Both of them up 12. When we look at where Bearish is, he came to pit road early. So did Robert Dudley. Stryker came in on 51, maybe trying to make this one a one-stop race. But likewise, Star Citizen gets a lot of beef and a lot of flack as well. I wonder if that dampening camera is having an issue there on that turn. Looks like it glitches really as well. Everybody else doesn't. And that's my, that's the whole grand scheme of things. People say the same thing about Star Citizen. Star Citizen did not have a great patch, and I'm not talking about 3.19. Now, the game feels really stable. I wish the server frames were higher, similar to iRacing. When netcode is an issue, that means the server frame rate is junk. Especially when you start getting 3 and 4 feet of netcode in your sessions, especially the private hosted ones that you get here. I think those should take priority more so than anything else because you're actually paying money for it. But when you get big netcode issues, that's that server frame rate. Is what I'm talking about. Everybody likes to talk about how netcode and the decision to be close to somebody has that issue. How about you blame iRacing for the server issue? You know what I mean? Same thing goes for these games like Escape from Tarkov, like Call of Duty, like Warzone, and the simple fact of Star Citizen. Star Citizen is all about frame rate. Cam Dario, 19.5 seconds. I do believe Biggert went to pit road. Going to take his first green flag pit stop. Andrew Payne out front, running 69 of 150. So, there are things that in the gaming industry that I wish games would work on. I wish that Star Citizen would get out of alpha. Put that sucker in beta and then add features later. Let's get this thing scheduled to a game. We're home to the pit road. $71 to 150. 20-second lead considering this is a 24-second race, 24 or 32-second laps. Andrew Payne will lap the field before the end of the race. Just the gap he has right now is insane. He can go to 75. He'll make it a one-stop race, which I see him doing. His lap time 32.75. 31.2 is his best lap. Fastest lap of the race belongs to Strickland with 31.11. All right, what's the odds that Andrew Field laps the field? Cam Dario in second. Matt Magner in third. 1.2 off of Cam Dario right now. Magner doing a great job trying to catch up to his teammate of Andrew Payne. Andrew Payne won 2 of the starting series championships last season for Chop Shop. He ran the Xfinity Series, won the Xfinity Series championship, and actually I think he won them all, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. Hold on, I have to look. I know the 17 just won the Truck Series championship. So I think Andrew won the... I'm looking. Okay, so yeah, Adam Pettit won the Truck Series championship for season 1, but the season 2, or the season 1 and the season 1 Xfinity and the season 1 Cup Series, Andy Payne won both championships. So a big chance for Andrew to get it back out here and go back-to-back championships. I mean, at this particular point, you kind of expect it. Cam Dario is Matt Magner rolling. Magner keeping it safe today. Just have a little right front damage, but nothing too serious, it looks like. Just a little crinkle in that right front. Nothing big. Nothing big. Here's Ido. See the right side. There's a little line that crinkles up. Let's look at the nose. Actually, let's look at the cockpit. That'll give you a little tell. See that left side, how it's smooth and flat? Where the air flap would come up if there were an issue. Right side's not that way. It's got a little bit of a crinkle on that right side. See? Right there. The battle for the 2. Magner to the inside. Steps out of the gas for a long time. This is one of those racetracks where smooth is fast and slow in the corners is fast. You're actually out of the gas a lot longer than you think. I really want to make an adjustment on that camera. 78 laps in. I was way wrong about the fuel mileage here. It's 55 to 65. But I was wrong. They're running a lot more. What are they running the trucks? Can't remember now. It happens. It happens. I get things wrong. I'm human. My fuel calculator was way off. Maybe it was something to do with I don't know how I got it wrong. I did. Payne, Magner, Nelson, Dario, Rayburn. That'll be your top 5. Oh, Andrew Payne to Robert Church has lapped everybody through 7s. Some drivers have come to pit road, so they're working on trying to get those laps back. Right now, tell you what, Robert Church give it an inch here. Andrew Payne to Robert Church. 80 laps in, and Payne has passed all the way to 6th. Church not giving an inch. Says, hey, I want my lap. I want to stay on the lead lap. Robert's having an issue. What happened there? Oh, this is unfortunate. Roberts had come to pit road. He's behind the 49. Let's go for a chase. He's behind Robert Dudley. Roberts up in the corner. Oh, Dudley just in the corner, and Chris didn't time that very well. He's going to have a whole lot of damage. So is the 49. 49 with the right rear caved in, right front caved in. Would normally have been a caution. Well, good though. Nice car on the track, your race leader. Magner in second, 22.8 second difference here. 22.7. Ran a 33.14. Ran a 32.92 on this lap. Nelson 32.76. Andrew Payne working around some lap traffic here. This Ramirez is falling here. It's all the playoff points he can get. It's 83 of Hayden Malcolm behind him. Hayden running the rookie stripes here for the series. He's got some serious damage as well. .32.89 the last lap for Andrew Payne, Matt Magner. Some drivers there to the bottom. Rahalva trying to get around him. Rahalva on new tires. Dudley's going to be on new tires as well. Here's the thing. Dudley and Roberts were on the same cycle of tires. They take that back. Dudley came out on 52. Roberts came out on 60. Roberts had 8 lap fresher tires. Was trying to work around, getting around Robert Dudley there. And I don't understand. Here. Let's take a look here. I want to follow these few laps because he's right behind Dudley for a couple of laps. I'm a proponent for fair driving and drivers doing what they need to do. Roberts following in suit, follows the line, gets himself there. It's close. It's a little faster. Payne coming to pit lane right now, folks. Magner in as well, Joe Nelson. So, Roberts right there tight off the corner. He's tight to the bumpers, what I mean. Church having an issue, and then all of a sudden that having an issue. 5. Robert Church having an issue on pit lane, coming around, no caution for that. Here's what happened here. Coming down pit lane. Down. Nathan, wow, Nathan Biggert, his race is ruined. Robert Church slowing down to come to pit lane as the preferred line here, so not even dropping to the bottom of the apron here. Far chase this. in third gear here, very slow. Oh, dang it. Come on now. Sorry, folks. There's Nathan Biggert here. This is not a commitment to pit lane. If Robert Church is coming to pit lane right here, he should already be on the bottom of the apron. Like, wow. Strickland out front, Andrew Payne, 2.6 seconds, just ran a 31.14, his fastest lap of the race. The Strickland leading here for the time being, but he will be soaked up very fast here. Unable to get any of that time that Andrew Payne had earlier. So Payne will go for back-to-back wins today. His teammate Matt Magner will have 26 seconds to that driver. And Dario ran his fastest lap of the race, 31.23. Should have committed to pit lane a little bit earlier. He was way too up. I know he was downshifting. He was in the corner. He was coming to pit lane. He had Nathan Biggert right behind him. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Nathan Biggert came out on 67 and had tires. Payne to the outside, or to the inside. And just like that, lead is gone. Aaron Mendario in 10th, came to pit road on 86. Trying to get his lap back as well. He would be your lucky dog. First driver, one lap down. Go ahead and try to take that lap. Andrew Payne letting it go by. Says, I got this field by 20 seconds. We're good. Technically, he's got it by 16 to Grijalva. He came it on 68, but and a rebound for Grijalva here, who needed it after yesterday's race. Nathan Biggert's going to be in third. Driving a modified. Man. No unfortunate for that driver. He's in third, but he won't be there for long once that car starts to wear in. And Perry closing in at 33, came in on lap 70 himself. Dudley, right side damage. Robert's rebounding as well. Matt Magner will close in some of that distance. A chance for him to get to second here. Only 8 seconds to he. Payne still pulls away from Grijalva. 17.2 seconds. This time by. 95, 150. Can he lap the field? That's the question. Riker back to pit road on 92. He's trying to do something different here. He's going to be a lap down. Joe Nelson here. It's interesting that Mike Wood came at 6 laps after Andrew Payne. Maybe the tires just falling off. Maybe just trying to use all the tires. Good pit stop. He's only a lap down. Something happens, he could be your lucky dog. Everybody else only came to pit road once. Magner climbing the field. Mason Biggert still trying to hold on. Unfortunate day for that driver who needed a good points day. Look back at the Nathan in the running for the Best of the Rest championship. Grajales 5th in points right now for the regular season championship, so a good day for points for him. Robert's 3rd in points, leads the rest of the field, but this will be a challenge for Chris here. Devin Sooner tries to work to the outside. A lot of drivers behind Robert's here. They're looking to take another one of those spots away. Joe Nelson to the bottom side as well. Chris just needs to be aggressive here. He let some drivers dictate his race pace earlier. And if he can be aggressive here, he can salvage that car. He does have some clean cars running around him, though, so that's unfortunate. Grajales to pit lane. Is he not going to be able to make it on fuel? Comes on a lap 100. He would have been tight. That's unfortunate. And Perry to second. That Magner to third. Andrew Payne ran 86 laps, and if that's the cycle for the drivers, 86 for Magner, 86 for Cam Dario, but Cam was a lap down. If that's the cycle for the drivers, it came in on 67. Nathan Biggert came in on 67. That would have been it. Andrew Payne has 47 laps to lap the field. He's going to do it. No question about it, he's going to do it. John Hammond in pit lane. He get 15th. The car worked on. Hayden Malcolm still out there running. The 14 drivers still competing. Malcolm 4 laps down. Church is going to be 3 laps down. Grajales 2 laps down. Rayburn's going to be a lap down. Dudley's to pit road. Robert's given on 60. He may have to come to pit road. He's got to go 90. 86 is what Andrew Payne ran. Pretty sure that would be at the tail end of that structure. Cam Dario to second over Matt Magner. Cam got himself back on the lead lap here. And has caught second place. Just a little while ago, he was trying to catch Andrew Payne for his lucky dog position. He's gained about 3 seconds on that. Right now, there's Andrew Payne. There's Cam Dario. And his teammate Matt Magner right behind him. And Perry's going to go a lap down to Andrew Payne. 106 of 150. You missed last night's race for Road America in the Cup Series. That was a great race. It was a ton of fun to call. I encourage you to go check it back out. We'll hold it back here. Trying to get back up a couple of spots here.
Ed Perry to the high side. Well, all his new tires, he can just take it easy and get himself around a few of these drivers. Doesn't need to push any envelopes here. Ed Perry in fourth, Joe Nelson in fifth. Grijalva try to get one of his 2 laps back. Don't even need to race anybody hard. 42 laps to go. Should be just fine. Nashville Super Speedway, VIP Tire and Service. Xfinity Series 4 Chop Shop Racing Leagues. Thank you all for having conversations with me today. I know that the racing has been... Hey, I apologize about that first portion of the issues. That was not... I hate when it happens. And it's happened more frequently when it comes to SDK. I pay for this service and it fails to connect or it fails to read iRacing correctly. That's not on my end. That's on the platform's end. And then I have to continuously restart. And it's just, it disrupts. Especially whenever it worked fine up until qualifying. Or even after qualifying. So, I don't know. It's only a matter of time to 93. Get around these 2 in front of him. Cam Dario to second. That's Grijalva. They're pulling along. Grijalva will be a lap down. Mark out of the race. Isaac out of the race. Isaac didn't even grid. Bill Nelson passing Ed Perry for a spot here. Nelson up to 4th. Matt Magner will be a lap down. Andrew Payne goes after Cam Dario. Is going to lap the field. (31, 4-3). Dario out front. Cam trying to hold on, 31.8. His lap time, 32.56. Came out on the same lap schedule as Andrew Payne. Andrew Payne just a touch faster. There's the bottom, Magner behind it. Teammate trying to finish second. Literally a lap difference. This would be a much more interesting race if everybody was kind of 1, 2, 3 like this, but without being a lap down. Kind of deflating. All right, folks, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back. I don't know what to call here. I mean, Andrew Payne is lapping the field as we speak. Magner and Cam Dario will be the closest battle you have. Stryker's going to be in fourth. A good rebound for Strickland here. Top 5 kind of drive line, but Joe Nelson's catching him. I'll leave it on exciting. It'll find its battles. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I mean, Andrew's literally lapped the field. We'll just let it happen. It'll be 32 laps to go. I'll be back when it's over. Or not back when it's over. I'll be back before it's over. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get something to drink. And sinuses in my nose not really hold on really well. Andrew Payne out front, Cam Dario in second. Magner still trying to track down Cam for second. Stryker's going to be in third. Joe Nelson trying to track him down. Joe Nelson right there at a 4. So Stryker, possibilities here for Stryker to go to pick up maybe third here. Chance for 25 laps to go here. Let's throw in the battle box here. This will be a little bit easier. 3.2 and gaining as few fresher laps. 83 has fresher tires. Give it a 107. We're working around Strickland here. Trying to find the individual things here, folks. Do apologize about if you feel like it's not been the best call by me. I had issues with SDK, and then we got to talking about Tarkov, which is a whole controversial thing altogether. But I do like games. I like video games. I like the gaming industry. I like the esports industry, and I like what iRacing has done. Sometimes drivers are just too dang good for certain races and certain leagues. I believe Andrew Payne is just the class of the field. I mean, he dominated the last 2 seasons for the Xfinity and the Cup Series, and he's doing the same thing here. He took weeks off, and when he came back, he won again. You know, he just He's just really good. He can step on the track and just win. And that's, I'm not trying to take away from that. He's just a super fast driver. He lapped the field. Track racer, 24 laps to go. And that's kind of why I hate saying that that when he races, it kind of deflates the league. Not that deflates the league. It deflates the race a little bit because, I mean, 8 out of 10 times he races in this league and he wins. You know, so and it's not a, unless it's a super speedway, but then he's won on a super speedway in this series too. So it's just it's good, and this is where I've had the conversations and why I definitely kind of wish we were still doing the podcast, because I think this would be a topic of that conversation. Andrew's super fast, but there are drivers out there that do beat him. But today's just not that day. It's not the way the schedule works. Take a look at Andrew's stats, actually. Been a member of iRacing for 9 years. His career stats, 1,271 starts, 131 wins on the oval circuit. He's had 424 top fives, 110 poles. His average start is 8th. His average finish is 11th, actually. He's ran 55,274 laps. He has led 8,367 of them. He has an incident rating of 4.4563 per 4 incidents per race. He averages 75 points per race. He has won 10% of his official starts. He's finished inside the top 5 33.36% of the time. He's led 15% of his career laps, so 15% of 55,000 laps. His I rating from June of 2021, or sorry, yeah, let's go from actually November of 2020. He went from a 2,900 I rating to today, where his I rating sits at 5,192. When he first started in 2014, he didn't have the greatest start, but he practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And you can tell when he was having a slump, 902, and then all of a sudden he went from a 902 in August 14th of 2016 to a 2190 over the course of 7 days. So he must have found a track he was really good at, and then he slowly declined, dropped off, went back up, started finding his groove. And that's what 10 years of iRacing will do. He had lots of spikes there, then all of a sudden he started to level off and get better, I think. So that's the factor. That's one of the big factors. He's been on the service for almost 10 years. A decade of driving, and there he is. Magner going for second here over Cam Dario. Magner should take it here. Cam back to the inside. Strickland, the other driver here, competing. This would be the good battle. Magner, Cam Dario, Michael Strickland. Different race line, different race schedule. If Andrew Payne is not in this, the race is on between Magner, Cam Dario, Strickland. That's my argument for the battle. That's it. Outside of that, doesn't matter. You got to get better. If Andrew Payne is in this league, you got to get better. You've got to. You got to beat him. And if you can't beat him, then you're only racing for seconds. So you got to find a way to get yourself up there on his level and compete. That's all. That's it. There's no other way. Only one caution this race, and that was when John Hammond had that happen to him earlier. I kind of want to look here. This car's fixed.
Good looking car. Car got fixed.
$15 laps to go. But everybody, multiple laps down. 0-1 of Biggert trying to come back. He's in 10th here. It's going to be 3 laps down. He did not need that to happen to him. Biggert has missed a couple of the Xfinity races, and so that's why he's not in contention for the championship. He is in the Best of the Rest championship, where he's had good races. He, of course, is in the running for the Cup Series championship. You saw him race last night. He had a good race going for him. I think he finished second last night. Kyle Retsch. Tsunoda going around Biggert here to the inside. He's following the race leader. Tsunoda picking up one more spot. He will be still 3 laps down. Aubert's up 3. Biggest mover of the race is going to be Joe Nelson. He's up 12 from the start of the race. 44 working. Top 5 night for him. And Stryker closed down to Cam Derry over the next 13 laps and do so. That's the question here. 1.3 second difference. He finds the 83 in front of him. Aiden Malcolm on the higher side here. 88 to the bottom side. See that car lift up there. Good bump on the higher lane. Goes to show that this track, as much as it's concrete, smooth surface, it's not as smooth as you would get. Going to run the high side. You see the bobble from the 83 on the braking zone. Going to roll out of the corner a little bit more shallow. You see where Stryker rolled out of the corner there. That's a good line. Matt Magner in second. 16 drivers started today's race. Isaac did not grid up and didn't even run one single lap. So Mark Rettigen here is going to be your 16th place driver. Hammond's still out there. Hayden Malcolm at 14th. Closest driver on the field, 6 laps down. 93 out front, 11 laps to go. Bulldog, appreciate you. It's fun to watch the races you broadcast. Thank you. I appreciate you. I know this one hasn't been my best. Got P2 Tech. Nice job, man. You didn't see that come across. Appreciate you. Had to step away for a moment, get some more to drink, and I'm taking some Theraflu to get my sinuses opened up. Some honey, some lemon, some Theraflu as well. And open up the sinuses and open up the nose. 9 laps to go. Strickland has a chance. Gain a little bit of time here. Oh, come on, man. Stryker hit the wall. And that'll slow him way down. He hit it hard, too. So that time he was gaining out of the corner, he hit that wall hard. I mean hard. And Perry to pit road. Candario, bottom side. Good looking race car. Doing just fine. He doesn't have anything to worry about, I think, now. Stryker was coming there for a moment, but the moment Stryker hit that wall, that's all she wrote on that one. 7 laps to go. That car's going to roll tight. Already 1.9. Yeah, he's not going to gain very much here unless he can find the downshift here. Andrew Payne out of the corner. Robert Church in front of him, 4 laps down. Ethan Biggert, where his nose is not showing, where Robert Church's rear bumper used to be. They just kind of swamped rear ends there. Andrew Payne's last lap, 32.69. Not even downshifting. Doesn't need to. Five laps to go. Nashville's been the Andrew Payne show. When he races, it's his race. It's his race to lose. That's what it is. That's how I feel about those situations. I'll tell you what, nothing wrong with it. He's fast. Still root against him. Not Matt. Matt Magner deserves P2 here. Actually, he would deserve the win if this race were designed any differently. This would have been his race to win. His teammate out there just putting everybody to shame. Caught back up to Joseph Grijalva. He's trying to track down Brian Rayburn. Where'd he go? I would just say that Brian is trying to catch up to Grijalva, sorry. Joseph Grijalva is trying to catch up to Joe Nelson. He's got a smashed front right. I'm surprised that is not cutting down the tire. And that's something about the physics of these cars. And normally you would see that in NASCAR cutting down the tire, but I'm glad those kinds of physics don't exist in this game, because Lord knows I probably hit the wall enough for that to be a factor. Boy, Andrew Payne comes around. He's going to take the final lap here. The Farms LLC going to give you your white flag waving moment. Final lap. And in the most dominating performance we've seen of him all season long, Andrew Payne will just follow Joseph Grijalva around the racetrack. He'll take this one with ease. And I mean with ease. Didn't even have to break a sweat. He's going to win it here at Nashville. Round of 8 will be locked in. We'll figure out who that's going to be next week as the drivers continue to move. Andrew Payne knocking it out of the park. Everybody else off the lead lap. Nashville coming around. He will celebrate. Waiting for the rest of your race results to finish up. Grijalva was right in front of him, so the Grijalva have to come around and finish that lap. He will do so. Race results on the middle of your screen. Payne wins it. Everybody else a lap down or better. Or greater. Magner finishes in second. Cam Dario third. Stryker's going to finish fourth. A chance for Stryker to catch up to those field, but he smacked that wall hard, and that's what what happened there. Made it almost impossible for him to over the course of the next 7 laps to be able to catch that back up. Joe Nelson finishes inside the top 5. Would be your biggest mover of the race at 12 spots. Grijalva, Rayburn, Dudley, DeSuna, Biggert. That'll be your top 10. Perry, Roberge, Church, Malcolm, Hammond, Retkin. Balsamo did not start the race today. Talk to him real quick. Very quickly here, the 93 lapped the field to easy pickings. Probably too good for the series. That's what I've said all race long, and you did it today. You showed it just the same. You come back after taking a break, win a couple in a row, and moving on to the next round of the playoffs. Probably a shoe-in for the championship. Tell me about it.
Yeah, this race was pretty insane. We got that really early caution, and I didn't quite expect. I took a chance, took tires, and seemed to work. Like like I was telling you at the end of Iowa last week. Today was sort of my trial and error day. Just make laps, have some fun with it, and took tires at the caution, and didn't see another one at all. And I think I was the only one to take tires there, and yeah, that race went a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought I was actually going to be a sit and duck on tires because this track is really hard to race. But huge applaud to all the other competitors out there for keeping it clean, keeping it green. The last about 130 laps, it was a ton of fun.
It wasn't clean by any means. There's a lot of contact, a lot of things happening on the racetrack. Just never brought out a caution. There was a lot more racing going on that was behind you, but you lapped the field, and it just goes to show that sometimes it. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Andrew, give shout-outs.
First and foremost, huge thanks to you, Jason, and Signature Ski Sports for calling these races. Always, you guys put on a really good show. Huge shout out to John and Stryker for putting on the league, putting on the series. It's been a ton of fun this season. Huge shout out to Matt for being a really solid teammate and listening to me sort of figure out these strategies on the fly. Huge shout out to all my partners: QuickTime Motorsports Media, Hall Metal Fab, Citrus Hats on Mower, V&H Fresh, Reco Performance. Huge shout out to all the other competitors as well for putting on some fun racing. Last but certainly not least, huge shout out to all the fans that come out and support the league, the broadcast, everything. I really appreciate you guys tuning in every week, and looking forward to next round.
Round 8 will come up very soon. Your race winner, Andrew Payne. Talk to Matt Magner real quick. Matt, if your teammate's not in this one, you win. And you had a good race going on with you and Cam there for a little bit. Strategy kind of worked out to have a good battle at the end. You both came out on the same cycle. You both came in and had a good race going on. That was where the race for second today seems to always be the case for the series. But you had a good run today. Shortchanged because of last few weeks, things haven't really been going your way.
No, I've had some of the worst luck you can possibly have. So to actually have something go my way today, that was pretty nice. I was busting on Andrew, just telling him, he's stolen about 6 or 7 wins from me this year. But
I agree.
It's all good though.
I would be busting on him too, and he's just fast. And I've said it all race long, and I was talking about it. The Saturday series is the Andrew Payne series. That every race that he races is his race to lose, and that's kind of good. It's really good for him, but it's kind of bad for the rest of the league because now, you've had solid finishes where you've come second to him, time and time again, and then when you're trying to work on your strategy and he's just flying away, this is where you need your teammate at some point, and you're like, hey, just take a step back and let me have this one. Let's put our team in the championship for instead of just that. But you know what, Matt, you've got a ton of talent, and that's something that I never want to take away. The rest of this league has a ton of talent in it as well, and just Andrew's fast, and of course that's what we have to deal with that.
He is, man. These cars are hard to drive to begin with, and then he's just that much better. It makes it hard, but it gives you something to shoot for too. You want to race against the best guys, so if I keep finishing second to him, then I got one more guy to beat, and if I got to lose to somebody, it might as well be my teammate.
Yeah. How do you think the rest of the league feels about it, though?
I haven't really asked too much, but I'm sure they feel the same. You always want to race against the best. So I haven't heard any chatter about it. So I'm sure it's good.
No. I'm very biased to a 10-win racer. And when it comes to making adjustment to see more winners, I think that's I would love to see the league have an adjustment to have more winners, because to see one guy dominate a season, that's not fun for any morale. And I think that's my big thing. Yes, you want to race the best racers, you want to race against them. It's the absolute the epitome of having a race, and you get to be teammates with them, so you're picking up all of this valuable information, which makes a big deal. It does make a big deal. It does make drivers better. It makes people strive harder. But when you are racing the race that Andrew Payne is running rather than your own race, sometimes that can actually become it changes your racing style, and that's not exactly sometimes any driver's strong suit. So there's a lot to think about when it comes to running against the likes of Andrew Payne. But I tell you what, you had a great race, and let's not take away from that. You may be a lap down in second, but you had a great race. And watching you kind of have to figure out your own strategy to get yourself back through the field, because there for a moment there, when the pit cycle came around and you guys came out on 86, I was like, this might work around. Even though Andrew came in on that caution, this might come around and it might. It might have a good battle right there between second, third, fourth, and fifth, and it did. What did you need as far as making those adjustments? Because that was one of the big things that I saw here.
Yeah, that first caution there, we were debating on whether to take tires or not, and I don't know why I would ever decide to go against what he would tell me, and I did, and he took tires and I didn't. So, I think that was a huge difference in the way it played out, being a lap down and all that stuff. So I did catch the wall early, so I got some damage fixed on that first stop, but I should have took tires, and maybe things would have been a little different, but we'll see next time.
Yeah, no, not even a bad decision there. I couldn't see that anyway, because I couldn't see who took tires in that first pit stop, because SDK was being a pain in my ass. Pardon my language, folks out there. I do apologize about cursing. It wasn't working for me, so I couldn't see what anybody did. It literally show everybody coming to their first pit stop on 86, or around about that zone whenever drivers doing their green flag pit stops. But I tell you what, 130 laps green, it was a lot of fun. Matt, give you shout outs. Congratulations on a P2. I do look forward to seeing what you guys are going to be able to do. Moving forward, moving on. I believe I'm looking at. I'm trying to do the points in my head. I do believe you should be moving on.
Yeah, I think I'm good now. I finished where I needed to get to the next round. So, but I got to thank you, obviously, Jason, Signature Esports, obviously an awesome broadcast. John and Stryker for letting me back in the league there. I had a little meltdown a couple weeks ago and kind of walked away and took a little break, but they had me back. So I'm going to finish this thing out and see what happens.
I like to see it. I tell you what, if Andrew's not here, you're the guy everybody's rooting for. And that's not me taking another stab at Andrew. I'm gonna. So, he's so damn fast. That. He's so fast.
Is, he is.
But so are you. All right, my man. Nice. Be good.
All right, thanks.
That's Matt Magner. He's your P2 finisher today. Let's talk to Kyle, aka the Cam, aka the Dario, aka he thinks he's pro. What's up? You're lap down in third place.
Yeah, that's professional. I don't know what else you want from that. I mean,
I love it.
Are you not entertained?
No.
All right.
I was actually. Battle for second was good. You sat in second for a while. You had the same kind of pit cycle that Matt had. Same kind of pit cycle that Stryker's doing something different there. I saw what he did. He came in on 90 a little bit later, trying to fluctuate the tires, maybe do something different. But for a moment there, he was coming, trying to make that battle. He smacked the wall, and it was just smooth sailing from there from third. What'd you need to get second?
Better car or a better driver, maybe. Probably not that though. Probably the car. No, it's just tight. I couldn't really get it low down enough to get the right, like to hit the apex the way I wanted to, which then just made the run down the backstretch suffer completely. But I mean, all in all, I don't know. It's just a rough day, long day. No cautions. Maybe a caution. Caution would have helped.
Mm-hmm. Made everybody on the kind of on a level playing field there. I didn't get to see who took tires on that first pit stop, or the only caution of the race. And that was only because SDK was having an issue, and that's a lack of information from my standpoint, be able to point those kinds of things out. But Andrew comes and takes tires. Did you take tires?
No.
Yeah.
83 laps I put on those tires. I had 2% left on my right front.
Jeez. So that thing was plowing.
Oh, dude, it's great. It's amazing. It was awesome. I'm surprised it didn't pop. I'm surprised it didn't blow, to be honest. I'm
Didn't give
sure
you
I
any-
was a lap away,
From the meatball?
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, oh Pete. I don't know, man. It looked like it was just 150 laps of flat track racing. And Nashville is normally more exciting, normally a lot more happening. There was a lot of contacts out there. There's some pit road entrance issues with some drivers. But it seemed like you guys there, especially the top, I would say the top 5, you guys kind of made it work for yourselves in your own regard.
Yeah, I think we just made the most out of what we had. I mean, you can't really push it any harder
Right.
without smacking the wall and making your day overall harder. So it was just a matter of running what we had, I think. Especially when it comes to me and Magner. I mean, it seemed like we were pretty even. And then maybe if I run it a little bit harder than him, you'd see that at the end of the run. But for the most part, I think we were pretty even.
No, y'all had a good finish. I mean, you only finished about a second and a half apart from each other, 1.7 seconds all the finish. But that was, I mean, it was just a little bit. It looked like it was just a little bit of fall off, maybe a little bit of lap traffic, kind of separating yourselves. It was good. It was good. It looked like it was a good battle for second going on there. You were 4th in points coming in. You've got 2 wins on the season. You are in that next round, that next contention. I think there's more to say about that because now you have to go over the next basically 3 races. You have to go and you have to figure out how to get it done.
Yeah, each week, and we're gonna go to Michigan, which is, I mean, that's a decent track. Homestead will be fun, and then Charlotte. So
Yeah, Michigan, I think, is the track that you could get it done at if you can stick with. I don't know. The B cars are very draft dependent at Michigan. Homestead's all about the turn. That's
Right.
whoever's going to be able to save tires.
right.
Michigan is who can stay in the draft. It's kind of like a super speedway, but the 2 mile or the 1.5 mile super speedway, whatever. I can't remember if it's 2 miles or 1 mile now.
What, Michigan?
Yeah,
I think it's 2 miles.
yeah, because Chicagoland is a mile and a half. Sorry, yeah. So Michigan, I get those two backwards all the time. But both of them run similar lines, and that's what's crazy about it. One is a 1.5 miles and it runs a high line super speedway on the front straightaway, and then you got a 2 mile track that does the same thing. Homestead again, that's it is how it is. Somebody is going to have to bring a pedestal out and knock it down.
I mean, I'm not going to say it, but there's different braking lines out here, different tracks. So we'll see what happens.
I like it.
Especially at Charlotte.
That's your championship race, and that's going to be. That's where
it's going to be.
It's where it's going to be. I like it. Cam, you're amazing, dude. And I'm rooting for you. You're my pick for the championship. I talked about it before. If anybody can knock Andrew out of that pedestal, it's the old number 8. Give your shout outs, man. Be good. And yeah, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you doing this, putting on a good show, and appreciate the fans tuning in, watching us do it. Appreciate Chop Shop, everything they do, and I want to thank everybody that's part of that. And yeah, man, we'll do it again next week.
It'll be a ton of fun. Well, not next week. We'll see you after the holiday.
Is there a truck race on Tuesday?
Oh, yes, absolutely. A truck race on Tuesday, I believe. Hold on, let's look. I want to double check. Iowa on Tuesday. So we will see you Tuesday, but we won't see you the 30th because I have a big work week coming up, and we'll try to do some regular live streaming. But for the most part, I got to work. I got big work week coming up for Memorial Day week. It is, those who know, I live at the lake at the Ozarks, and that's the biggest week that starts our season here. We're a tourist community, so that goes a long way. But Cam, keep kicking butt, buddy.
Right on, brother. Thank you.
Always. Number 8 comes home P3. And I'm not trying to take stabs at him. I'd like poking the bear a little bit, but Andrew's just really fast. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. They have to figure out how to beat him. And that's not Andrew Payne's fault. Andrew Payne paid to be here, or he chooses to be here, regardless of how the situation or how the league works. And he's fast. And he's the one that has shown up. When he shows up, he's here to race. He made a decision to put tires onto that first caution and ran away with it. He chose to do something different than everybody else, and it showed. And if he's the only driver that did do that, man, well, look, he's got a whole lap on everybody, and that goes to show. Charles, thank you very much for the like, man. Let's go racing legend. So yeah, 150 laps. Everybody else a lap down, and that's why he made a decision to do it, and that's what happened. You can't fault him for it. Insanity, very much insanity, folks. Not to take away from the race, but this is a good season, and it's a good series. More drivers would be impactful as well. I mean, when you're out there running with 16, sometimes it's too easy for him to make passes. It's too easy for some of the drivers to make passes out there as well. The battle was for second. Magner, Dario, Stryker, they all had a good run there. Joe Nelson, biggest mover of the race. Joe, you don't want to take away from Joe. Joe had a great race today. I'm telling you, this was a great race for him. He literally was able to make that Yoo-Hoo car go forward and did a great job. This was a great race. He would have finished fourth if Andrew's not in this, and a top 5 regardless. Grijalva rebounded after his right side contact, his early contact, of course, as well. So that's a good rebound for Grijalva. Those are the highlights of the race. Outside of that, it's all about what you can do to make that. So get out here, race with these guys. Saturday afternoons is a good time for folks to get out here and race, fill the field up, give these drivers more drivers to work around. Regardless if they are trying to, if they're trying to win a championship or not, you can come out here and race and enjoy yourselves. See what it's like to run against Andrew Payne. He's fast. He really is fast, and he's one of the best out there. Dude, no joke at all. Be good, folks. Be kind to one another. If you don't, well, you're not my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Tech. I saw you got P2. Congrats, man. Much love. We'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm going to do a live stream later. I'll be live on Twitch. So check me out on twitch.tv/Signature Esports. We're going to do the the good old Star Citizen walkthrough. Yeah, it's good. It was fun. It was a good race. I mean, it's a good race for what it was. It's kind of the entertainment value today was me being upset with SDK. And I wish I could have brought more to the race for you. So I do apologize. I'm going to go take some sinus meds. Be back a little bit later. See you Tuesday, if not. And yeah. I'm just off today. Love y'all. Be good. Be safe.